Are you feeling overwhelmed, scattered, and like there's never enough time in the day? Well, you're not alone. As a solopreneur or a small business owner, it's way too easy to get bogged down in the day-to-day grind and lose sight of what really matters. And it is a problem we all have. So today, I want to share with you 5 powerful daily rituals that will help you regain your focus, boost your productivity, and avoid burnout. Welcome to the Online Business Launchpad podcast. I'm Trudy Rankin, and I bring you stories, tips, and advice from online entrepreneurs who are finding success, because if we've done it, so can you. I've been running my own online business for 9 years now, with more than a few twists and turns, as I've learned what to do and what not to do to achieve my goals. And because of what I've learned, I've become really passionate about helping overworked and overwhelmed online business owners like you grow your business without burning out or having to hire a big team. I've used my experience and the experience of others to help hundreds of people grow their online business. And one of my greatest joys is working with people who, because of life circumstances, need a flexible work from home or work from anywhere option that helps them pay the bills. My mission is simple. I want to help you solve the challenges you face as a far too busy online business owner so you can have more time and money for yourself and your family and more choices in how you live your life. So, if you're ready to, once again, dive into online business building and learn how to use daily rituals to get more done with less stress, stick around and let's get cracking. Daily rituals are things you deliberately do every day, usually at the same time, that help you refocus your mind and energy. And there are so many different rituals you can use that can be helpful. But today, I want to share with you the 5 key daily rituals that I consistently use that have made a big difference for me and for my business. My first ritual of the day is to change my focus. I like to spend a few minutes reading something that's thought-provoking from a spiritual perspective. Now, it could be a poem or something from an author that I admire. Sometimes it's reading something by someone whose ideas and approach to spirituality that I'm challenged by. And sometimes it's some of the great works that have been around for hundreds of years. In the past, I've read through parts of the Bible and the Quran, worked my way through the creation narratives of other cultures, and been challenged by writers and books as diverse as Philip Yancey's What's So Amazing About Grace, Karen Armstrong's The Case for God, and Paul Brand's The Gift of Pain. So, why have a morning ritual that's based around spirituality? Because for me, it makes me think about more than just myself and move beyond the daily grind to a bigger picture of who we are and why we're here. And I believe that taking the focus off of ourselves, even just for a few minutes a day, is a really, really healthy way of putting all our problems and challenges into perspective, especially at times when maybe it feels like the whole weight of the world is on our shoulders. Now, my second daily ritual is the one that helps me keep my sanity intact. And like you, my days are very busy and full on, what with producing and being on podcasts, managing content websites, writing multiple newsletters, creating and running courses, coaching, and doing collaboration projects. The demands on my time are intense. So every day, without fail, I take the time to go for a walk. It's almost always for an hour, although sometimes circumstances mean I have to go for a shorter time. And there's just something so hugely cathartic in simply walking, in being outside in nature and putting one foot in front of the other. And usually while I'm walking, I'll listen to podcasts. Now, they are a great way to gather ideas and learn new things. However, occasionally I'll just walk and try not to think, especially if there's a lot happening and my brain is feeling a bit fried and I'm struggling to concentrate. And while I'm walking and listening, or just thinking, I'm also watching the scenery around me. Now, I'm really fortunate to be in a location where the walking paths follow a small creek whose banks are covered with beautiful green trees and shrubs, which means that there are often lots of different types of birds. I've seen herons hunting frogs, magpies warbling their liquid songs, and sleek black ravens eyeing me beadily as I go past their perch on a fence railing. It's a time when all of my senses are engaged in a holistic and coordinated way, and I find that my daily walking ritual results in some of the most productive thinking time I have, whether I'm listening to a podcast episode or not. Now, my third daily ritual is a 4-step process that is absolutely critical to keeping me on track during the day. I do my weekly planning on Mondays, so every morning, the first step in this daily ritual is to take a look at what I've planned for the day and then revise it if necessary. Sometimes life just happens. Then I spend a couple of minutes thinking about how I'm going to get my number one most important thing done, and then my 2 next important things, and also how to squeeze in all the admin tasks that sneak in whether I want them to or not. Now, my planning system has evolved over the years, and I've developed my own planner that includes all the things I need to keep me on track. I use that planner plus copious amounts of Post-it notes to keep my day going smoothly. And so the second step in this daily ritual happens later in the day. Every afternoon at the end of my working day, I go through my planner for the day and do a bit of a check-in to see what's being completed and what needs to be moved to another day. And if something has been completed, I'll give it a tick and I'll crumple up the relevant Post-it note. And if something hasn't been completed, it gets an X and the Post-it note gets moved to the next suitable slot for when I do have time to work on it. Now, maybe it's just me, but there is something very satisfying and tactile about being able to tick something off a list. And crumpling up that Post-it note and pitching it into the recycle bin is just that little something extra. There's a little psychological kick there, maybe it's an endorphin hit, that makes it feel like I've cleaned something off of my plate, which always feels like it's too full anyway. So it's a relief when something gets removed from it. The third step in this process is to do a daily review. I'll think back through the day and write down 3 things that were amazing. And it's kind of important that you focus on the amazing part of it, because sometimes it can be hard to come up with something that actually was amazing. And on days like that, I think it's more than enough just to say that I had a crack at something. I tried to do something different or new, or even sometimes that I just made it through the day, even if I didn't feel like working at all. Now, for the 4th and final step in this process, I answer the question, what could I have done better? Now, some days I'll know I could have done something better or differently, and I'll make a note of that. But on other days, it's enough to say that my day has been okay. And when my days are okay, I am really, really grateful, because to me, that's the mark of success. And it means things are on track, heading the right direction, and that things are on an even keel emotionally, not too high, not too low, just right for me. Now, the really valuable part of doing this daily planning and review is that months later, if you're having a down day, and we all have them, you can go back and have a look at how things used to be. You'll be surprised at how often you'll suddenly realize that where you are now is way, way far ahead of where you used to be. And you should be patting yourself on the back for the progress you've made, not slammed yourself or be slamming yourself for some imagined lack of skill or lack of progress. So it's a really great way to give yourself a mental boost. And we can all use those small mental boosts, whether we run a business or not. Okay, now my 4th daily ritual is to take several deliberate mindfulness breaks. I tend to work in blocks of time, and as I get to the end of those blocks, or if I feel my concentrating starting to lag during them, I'll walk away from my desk and I'll do something as simple as look out the window, or I'll go outside and spend 5 minutes with the plants on my balcony, or I'll spend a couple of minutes doing a quick intensive strength training exercise or some stretches. And if I really, really need to clear my head, I'll do a quick walk around the block. It doesn't take long, and the fresh air can do wonders to stop the gerbil wheels that are spinning around in my thoughts. So taking multiple mindfulness breaks during the day is a really great way to keep your productivity levels high. You can meditate or listen to a song whilst focusing completely on the music and the words and not doing anything else. You can draw something. You can spend 10 minutes making something, do a puzzle, write in your journal. 10 to 15 minutes is all it takes to make a difference. And this is where you're completely focused on the one thing that you're doing and you're not thinking about work in any way, shape, or form. And there are so many ways that you can stop, refocus, and clear your mind. You're only limited by your imagination when it comes to doing something that works for you. Okay, I do my 5th daily ritual in the evening. Once I'm in bed and my head has hit the pillow, I like to think about the people I care about, and there are a lot of them, and the things that I'm grateful for. Now, I'm one of those people who can lie there staring at the ceiling, sometimes for hours, waiting for that elusive Sandman to send me into a hopefully dreamless sleep. So I usually have plenty of time to stew on things that have happened during the day, either bad or good. So that makes this an especially important ritual, especially if I've had a rough day. Maybe things haven't gone right, or I've lost a client, or I've tried something new and it blew up in my face. But even when I've had a good day, the mental high, as I remember how things went, can keep me awake too. So by thinking about the things I'm actually grateful for, I'm removing any space for thinking about all the wows or the not rights or the not so wows from that day. And if I'm feeling grumpy, it helps reset my mindset away from me to whatever it is that's making my life better just because it's there. So there you have it. Those are my 5 simple yet powerful daily rituals to help me get more done while staying grounded, sane, focused, and not burnt out. Now, if you don't have any daily rituals yet, I'd encourage you to start small by picking just 1 or 2 of the ones I've mentioned or something that works for you to incorporate into your routine. It may take a bit for these daily rituals to become a regular habit, but just be patient with yourself. And if you want to speed up your daily ritual adoption process, take a look at James Clear's book on atomic habits. I found it really helpful for building new habits and then keeping them going on the long term. And over time, your daily rituals will become second nature, and you'll wonder how you ever got on without them. Their positive impact will help you do more than before and with less stress. All the best as you get out there and start building or extending your daily rituals. And I'll see you next time. If you're a longtime listener to the Online Business Launchpad podcast, you'll know that I often talk about Pat Flynn's SPI Pro community. Now, what you might not know is that I'm a founding member of that community. And every year I keep signing up because I get so much value out of it. For example, every month I meet with a mastermind group whose members are at the same spot on the entrepreneurial journey as I am. And we celebrate our wins and navigate challenges together. And if we want to chat in between meetings, we just easily jump into the space that's reserved just for our mastermind and just say whatever's on our mind. It's a really supportive space where we all keep growing in confidence and capabilities, knowing that someone or several someones have got our back. And that's not all the value I get from being part of the SPI Pro community. I have access to really relevant trainings that Pat has put together. Plus, I've connected with several amazing guests for my podcast, experts who shared invaluable insights with my audience. And the opportunities just keep coming. I've had the honor of being on Pat Flynn's own podcast and even teaching other SPI Pro members about some of the things that I'm expert in. And being a part of the SPI Pro community, it's like having my own special group of advisors that I can reach out to anytime I need them. Imagine having that network at your fingertips, where every connection inspires and every interaction teaches something new. That's what SPI Pro is all about for me. It's more than a community. It's a place where we as entrepreneurs come together to push the boundaries of what we can achieve. So are you ready to be part of something bigger? To learn, share, and grow alongside fellow business owners who are just as driven as you? Check it out for yourself and see for yourself the difference a truly collaborative community can make. And if you'd like to use my affiliate link to sign up, go to onlinebusinessliftoff.com/SPI-Pro. If you do, I'll receive a small commission at no extra cost to you, for which I thank you. And once you're in the community, say hello, and I'll be delighted to show you around. So join me in the SPI Pro community and let's reach new heights together. Once again, that's onlinebusinessliftoff.com/SPI-pro. And we'll see you there.